Hi Year 1, welcome to Thursday's English lesson. For our lesson today, you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil. So if you need to go and get that, press pause, and when you're ready, press play and we'll begin. Okay, our learning intention today is to edit sentences. To begin with, we're going to revise our tricky words. Now these are our tricky words from Phase 2, so I know that you will be really good at reading these words. Okay, our first word is I, no, to, the, go, and into. Phase 3, he, she, we, me, are, all, you, be, her, was, they, my. Phase 4, said, have, like, so, do, some, come, little, one, were, out, what, when, there. Remember, the expectation is that you can read all of these words and spell them. So if you're really good at reading them, have a go at writing them down as well, circling the tricky part to really help you remember these words. Okay, now we're going to revise some of our Phase 5 sounds. A, ow, I, e, oo, oi, or. And last week, we looked at capital letters. So who can remember where capital letters go in a sentence? That's right, they go at the beginning of a sentence, like we went to the shops. The first letter needs to be a capital letter. Another one is the personal pronoun I. So when we're talking about ourselves, I, it always needs to be a capital letter. For example, she likes chips and I like ice cream. People's names must have capital letters, like Selma, and days of the week. And remember, in Year 1, you also need to be able to spell the days of the week correctly, so you can practice writing down each day to help you with your spelling. So that's where capital letters go. Where should full stops go? That's right, at the end of a sentence. I want chips for dinner. What do you think is wrong with this sentence? If I was to edit this sentence, that means to improve it, what would I need to add? That's right, a full stop at the end. So I've written a sentence here and I'm going to read it to you. It says, you can all come to my house for dinner. Now I have a capital letter at the beginning of my sentence, but I think there's something missing at the end. See if you can pick that up. And when I'm looking at these words like you, now that sounds right, but that does not look right. And all, that's one of our tricky words we've been learning. I wonder if you can remember how to spell all. Come, sounds right. That's not how we spell come, is it? One of our tricky words. To my house. Again, that sounds right, but it doesn't quite look right to me. Can you remember the other way we can make that ow sound? For dinner, it looks right and sounds right. There's something going on here. And tonight. What you need to do is copy this sentence on a piece of paper, but you need to fix all of the spelling mistakes. Okay? See if you can pick up all the words that I've spelled incorrectly. And when you're ready, press play and we'll go through the answer together. Okay, you. We spell you like Y-O-U. Can, all. Remember our tricky word all? Come is another tricky word. To my house. Remember this sound we've learnt? Ow shouted out. For dinner. Now in my previous sentence, I had a capital letter here. Remember, we don't put capital letters in the middle of sentences unless it's someone's name or if it's the place like London or England. tonight, and I have a full stop at the end. Okay, next sentence. James and Fred like to play with a blue bird. Well, I've got my capital letter at the beginning, which is good. Wonder what needs to be fixed here. And I want to know we've learnt this tricky word like. And play. Now this sounds right, but it doesn't look right to me. I wonder if this is the correct A. With a blue, that sounds right as well, B-L-U. But I wonder if that's the right oo sound. And bird, B-E-D, bird. Again, it sounds right, but doesn't quite look right. So I want you to have a go at fixing the spelling in this sentence, rewrite it on a piece of paper, and then once you're ready, we'll go through it together. Okay, I've got my capital letter at the beginning and my full stop at the end. James and Fred, well done. Fred needs a capital letter because it's someone's name. Like, who can remember that split diagraph? Like. To play. Now play has the diagraph A, may I play, not a snail in the rain. With a blue is oo, give us a clue, and bird is whirl and twirl. This is where spelling and writing becomes really tricky in year one because we're learning all of the different ways we can make those speech sounds. Okay, they said let's go to the beach to swim in the sea. I've got a capital letter and I remembered my full stop, so that's good. But when I'm looking at the spelling, they, that sounds right, but it doesn't look right. And our tricky word said doesn't look right either. And go, I'm not sure if it has O, goat in a boat. And beach doesn't quite look right either. And neither does sea, because this is swim in the sea as in the ocean. So have a go at fixing these words, write them down on a piece of paper, and then we'll go through it together. They, can you remember the tricky part of the word they? It's EY. And said, and the tricky part of this is, it's a snail in the rain. Let's go to the beach. It's E cup of tea. To swim in the sea. When we're talking about sea as in the ocean, it's E cup of tea. So well done if you fixed all of those mistakes.